What on earth are these? You know, it's every once in a while where Mattel just drops an item completely blind. Somebody somewhere across the world finds it in a store for the first time. It's the first time we've ever seen it. No online leaks prior to the release occurred, and that is exactly what happened with these accessory 2-packs. I guess that's what we're calling them. I think they retail at Walmart for $12.97, and a lot of people across the US right now are finding them. They were first found last weekend, I believe, and it's kind of exciting. You know, you got some cool flags, cones, some more bonus collector cards that resemble the ones they used to include in the single packs in 2017 and 2018. So we're going to compare all of the accessories they've done in the past with the ones in these packs. You know, we have the collector cards out, we have some cones out, and they've done multiple varieties of cones, as you guys know, I'm sure. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff here that's kind of repetitive, but we'll see if it actually ends up being a worthy product and worthy of your purchase, because they, are kind of expensive, especially since there aren't any new releases in these packs. You can see they are all just re-releases of prior cars, no new Thailand variants even though Herb Curbler's last Thailand release was quite some time ago. I think it's been almost 3 years now. So we're going to just jump right in here. This sign really sucks, so I'm just going to remove that. I hate how that one always breaks apart. It's hard to stand up. But yeah, let's take a look at the packaging here. I did get these on eBay because I really rarely go out to hunt these days. I just don't want to burn the gas, you know, and I never have great luck, so for me, it's just not even worth it. So yeah, I was just like, oh, found them on eBay, pick them up, do a review on them so you guys can see what they're all about. Now, one thing I like about the card art is that they did squeeze the pictures of the characters on here. You can see you have Rust-eze Lightning McQueen, and I'm glad they got the art correct because that's something they totally would botch. It is Rust-eze Lightning McQueen, and Jackson Storm. What I don't like is this massive choking hazard. Now, I know it has to be there, but, oh, man, that's ugly, though. There's no doubt in my mind that's ugly. Now, what's interesting about the blister is that there are indentations, like divots, for the flags and the collector cards. Like you can see here, it's all beveled, which is interesting. I don't know really why they did that, but probably just some sort of packaging design type thing. Now, for the first time this year, we have name tags in the blister. You know, this is what they stopped doing with the singles. They removed the name tags from the blister, put them on the card art, and made the blisters just completely like shrink wrap, airtight. But not with these. I assume because of all the accessories, they couldn't do that. But I don't know, maybe they could, because look at all that wasted space up here. They could have just shrink wrapped it all to the card back. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but we do finally get name tags this year, which is pretty cool because we haven't seen them in a while. On the back here, it does say as seen in Cars, which is technically inaccurate because both of them appeared in Cars 3. Oh well, all of these appeared in Cars 3, so we're going to see if that changes. I doubt it. They probably all will say as seen in Cars. 8 pieces included, and that is correct, between the 2 cones, 2 flags, 2 cards, and 2 cars. And I do like how they show the other releases here on the back. You have, of course, Cal Weathers, Bobby Swift, Airborne, Superfly, Ryan Inside Laney, and Herb Curbler, who I all have here. They're all in the first case. It's unknown if there will be another wave for this line. I assume if it sells well, they might do it, or they might already have another wave in development. But I would like to see some new cars included in this. You know, this would have been a nice opportunity to release the championship, Piston Cup champion, Jackson Storm, but just regular Jackson Storm. Up next, we have Ryan and Herb here. So again, they have their art on the card there. Looking good. Ryan Inside Laney, Herb Curbler. Yeah, I think Herb Curbler was last released. Oh, yep, they're just going to put SE and cars on all these. He was last released in late 2019. I think at the start of that Blue Desert line. Yeah, he was like in one of those cases with maybe the yellow hydraulic Ramon or maybe the one just before that. I remember I found one at Target, and that was like the only thing I bought at Target. I do like Herb's art, though. He's kind of underrated. Here we have Cal Weathers and Bobby Swift. Pretty nice. I like the, presentation of these packs. Like, they look visually pleasing. They really do look good. And the exact same card back. as seen in Cars, for sure, for sure. Nod and smile, guys, just nod and smile. And last but not least is Superfly and Airborne. It really kind of stinks because I did forlorn favorite episodes of both of these two, and I had to open them from Thailand. So now I'm going to have 2 loose from Thailand, which is not ideal. That's how you end up with so many duplicates. It's like, it's that time when you're like 5-6 years deep from a movie that you start to end up with a lot of duplicates of those characters. Like I remember 2010 rolls around from Cars, and I started ending up with a lot of the Kings, a lot of Chick Hickses. I mean, not even to mention Lightning McQueen, you know, and Mather and whatnot. Those are given, but some of those more minor characters that you're like, huh, how did I end up with so many of these, you know? All right, guys, I'll be right back with all these opened up. Now, I wouldn't plan on being able to keep these card backs because of how much blister is on them. It just absolutely tears them apart. It really thins them out too. Like, look how flimsy that is. And yeah, this one really got dismantled. I absolutely raccooned through that packaging. There was another one here that I did a little bit better job with, Superfly and Airborne, but still not ideal. At least you can keep the name tags though, so that's a plus. But yeah, we have everything out of the package here. I've standardized and collected everything in their own spots because it all is the same for the most part. So we're just going to go accessory by accessory rather than pack by pack. I think it just makes a little bit more sense. And we're going to conclude with the cars and compare them to their Chinese versions just for funsies, even though you guys probably have already seen reviews on that, especially for those two, because I did do Thailand versus China reviews on them. All right, we're going to start with the cones because, I mean, they're cones, right? Not the most exciting thing in the world. But I actually think that it might be one of the best accessories we've gotten in a while because they are plastic. They are hard plastic cones. They stack nicely, as you could see. And the reason why I'm making a point to say they're hard plastic is because we haven't gotten really any hard plastic cones in the past. There is an exception to that, which we'll talk about here, but you can see there's a 2019 trademark on there, which I don't really understand because I know they did do cones. They've done cones for a while, but not these hard plastic ones. So yeah, very nice. I love that you could stack them. I mean, yeah, just super great. They can bend a little bit, but I mean, they are the hardest plastic cones we've ever gotten. So you can see here, I have a bunch of these orange ones, which I'm pretty sure these are the ones that come in the advent calendars. You know, I've ended up with so many cones, so they're kind of all scattered across the place. Sometimes I use them to like stop cars from rolling back in their displays. So yeah, they're all over the place, but I do have this stack here of these bright orange ones. And you can see like I could squish them. If we could focus on it, yeah. I mean, you could see, look at that. Yeah, this is rubber, you know, you could squeeze it, you could squish it. All sorts of good stuff that you can't do with the hard plastic cones, which, you know, they're pretty much the same size. Just they converted it all to plastic, which is an interesting choice. I feel like that would be more expensive, but maybe not. Maybe there's a shortage on this material. It's very possible. Now, these types of cones, I'm pretty sure came with the Movie Moments packs in like 2016, you know, like when they did Dexter Hoover and Marlon Clutches McKay and Charlie Checker in those singles that, I don't know, it was really weird. They called them movie moments, but it was really just singles with accessories. Kind of like these. These are 2-packs with accessories. They once did singles with accessories. Most of them were just piston car racers with the pit stop barriers, and then the other 3 were cars with cones. And that's where you came in with these darker orange ones, as you can see. These match more the color of these plastic ones here, but they are also, yep, super duper flimsy. Might even be more flimsy than these, but yeah, the colors definitely match. But you know, I like having a collectic of all sorts of different cones because you know, it's not realistic if you're trying to make some sort of diorama to have just the complete same style cone all over the place. And so it's nice to have some diversity in your cone collective. And now we have all three of these variations of just typical cones. And then the cone that came with Millie was a hard plastic one, but I kind of exempt this. Like, this is a slightly different cone because you have the stripes on it and it's a little bit more rounded. But yeah, I mean, we shouldn't exclude this cone. They're all corns, all cones are born equal. So yeah, look at that. You got 4 different kinds of cones now, at least to my knowledge. So that's pretty neat. I have to say, it's awesome that these are plastic though. Like, I really do like that. So the cones get a plus from me. They get an A plus from me. All right, we'll put the stack of cones actually in the back there. A little Christmas tree. All right, let's move on to the flags because I actually do like the flags quite a bit. So starting off, I guess, with Cal Weathers here, you can see 42. Not the clearest decal in the world, but it is double-sided, and I like the gradient and the stripes behind it. Looks pretty good and kind of matches, you know, what he's got going on his paint job. 95 McQueen here. Now this could be used for Cars 1 as well because it's the same font and everything. And honestly, it looks more Cars 1 to me than Cars 3. Just in the way that the red background is there and the variance, or the gradient rather, of the numbers. But yeah, it looks really good. Herb Curbler. This one's pretty nice. I like how this one's a really clear one. The Cal Weathers one was not super clear in my opinion, but this one looks pretty good. You know, it matches the tattered 54 font that they use on Herb. The green looks a little off. It doesn't look like an exact match, but it's pretty close. I mean, that's getting pretty nitpicky. This one probably has the most going on because it also has igniter. You know, the other ones just had numbers, and so I'm surprised that they put igniter on this one. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You don't really see any white igniter text on him, so that's pretty much new. You know, you see gray, black, blue, but no white igniter text. I like the little blue stripe they put below it as well. So that looks pretty good. Bobby Swift now. This one also not the clearest decal in the world, but I think it's still better than Bobby's, or than Cal's rather. What I would have liked to see is if they put like some sort of orange design like this, you know, these spikes, I guess you can call it, if they incorporated that design into the flag. I think it'd look pretty cool. But maybe they tried that and they thought it looked too busy, because I could see that happening. Sometimes simpler, more minimalistic flags, I'm sure they look pretty good. Like just having the number on it on a solid background does look pretty good. Like this one, nice and simple. Just the 21 on the blue background. I'm glad that they went with a blue background instead of orange, so it contrasts his main body color. Nice. Moving on to the Demo Derby ones. It's kind of weird to think about now. Do the Demolition Derby racers have pit crews? Probably not. But they might have flags out there. They might have fans. And yeah, it's just the 90, you know, copy and paste onto a blue background, which looks pretty good. And same thing with Superfly. 72 on your green background. Now this isn't the only time we've gotten flags before in the Cars diecast universe. You guys might be thinking, well, yeah, of course. Dexter Hoover came with a checkered flag, and yeah, I mean, not much comparison to be had here because that one's blowing in the wind and it's really small. What about Chris Revstopski, the new version from Thailand? A little bit closer, but not really. Not much comparison to be had. But you guys might remember from the very first Cars Advent Calendar, I think maybe they did this again in another Advent Calendar, but they did do flags very similar to these. They're about the same length, but the poles on these ones are a little bit thicker. So you can see I have a checkered flag one here. They did a whole bunch. I think they did in multiple Advent Calendars because I know that this yellow one, this solid yellow one, was not in the same one as this checkered flag. They did like yellow, green, and all sorts of other, like black, to represent the different flags used in real life NASCAR races and whatnot. So yeah, these are the same style though, just that thin pole, where these are a little bit thicker, and they wanted those to be so thin so they could attach into the road pieces, and that actually looks pretty good. And so we're going to test it out, even though I don't think it's going to work, if these can also attach into there. Yeah, no, it's just too thick, but I mean, it would be pretty easy to make your own, make your own hole, or I don't know, drill it or something. And then you could stand these up somewhere, because right now we have really nowhere to stand them up, which is kind of unfortunate, because then you have to lay them down and then you don't really see what they look like. So, all right. Now, my most disappointing part, what I'm most disappointed about are these. I thought these were going to be the plastic collector cards of the olden days, as in 3 years ago. You could see this is a solid plastic piece right here. Okay. And they came with the stands, right? So that's a pretty good value for just your typical single. These ones are cardboard. Yeah. They are cardboard. Now the back makes it look like you could peel a sticker off, but these aren't stickers. No, it's just cardboard printed on here. One thing I do have to say though is that the decals are super clear. Like, these are gorgeous looking. They look great. And I'm sure it's not the biggest deal for most people that they're not plastic, because, it's not like you're going to be feeling them and whatnot. Like, what utility does the plastic give you other than, knowing that it's a more quality product, but really it doesn't give you anything else. You could still display these in the same way. And so, I don't know, I'm a little disappointed, because I thought, oh, we got some more collector cards. We can just put these, and slide them into the rest of our collection of collector cards. But now they're a different shape. They're smaller here, which I'll show you guys a direct comparison. And they are all cardboard. They're still sturdy though. Like, I'm not going to fold it, but I could fold it if I wanted to, but it's not, if I drop it, it's not going to bend like a piece of paper would, it's not that thin. All right, so compared to your other Igniter one here, you can see that it is about the same height, but you lose probably 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch on each side. They did copy and paste the same exact decal on here though, which is a little unfortunate, but I expected them to do so. Igniter Liquid Adrenaline 2.0, like, I would not have thought they would come up with an entirely new Igniter scheme. Like, that doesn't even really make sense in terms of the cars world. Now, fortunately, these do still fit in your stands from the bonus collector cards. And they look good. Like I said, they look good. Perhaps the backs don't look as good as that, but I still think you get the functionality that you need out of it. Like, if you want to set up a diorama, you could still place these into the stands and make it look like an actual race. So I wanted to show you guys that. There are a few other ones here that we need to compare. So you have Faux Wheel Drive here, Extreme Dirt decals. So again, same height, but you lose some length. This one's a little brighter. You can see the white text there is brighter than it is there. And just to prove it to you guys, again, bam, it fits. Doesn't fit as sturdily as these. Like, I could pick this up and the stand will come with it. Nah, I can't do that with these. They're thinner. But at least they still fit, right? What else we got here? Yeah, so the other one that's basically a repeat is Rust-eze. But again, it's a very vibrant decal. Like, look how much more vibrant this is than that. So I really do like that. I think they look really good. So I'm not too upset, but I would be lying if I didn't say I was disappointed, because I truly thought, I told people, I was like, I think those are going to be plastic. I think those are, I knew they were going to be a different shape, but I thought they would be the same material. I didn't think they'd have the car's background on here, but they've done collector cards in the advent calendars that were of that material, and they had the stand. So I thought, why would they change them now? But I overestimated Mattel. Anyway, here you have a Dynaco one. I like this because it can be used for any Dynaco racer and not just Cal Weathers, because he doesn't have the 42 on there. Probably one of my least favorites though. Finally, we get a Blinkr logo like this. When I go and make my thumbnails and whatnot, and I need to print off logos for the next gens. You can't find really any online. Like with the Cars 1 era of racers, they had, for whatever reason, all those logos got uploaded in high quality to the web. Not the same for the next gens, and definitely you're not getting any for like the Cars 3 stock cars where the logos are slightly altered, like Rev Roadages. You ain't finding dirt on that, right? But now we finally have something I could put in the background of any Blinkr video and make it look good. Again, love that they went with the blue instead of the orange. And yeah, the design is pretty much just this hood decal enlarged. Nice. Now we're going to skip those, go to Octane Gain here. This one I was pretty excited about because Bobby Swift is kind of underrated, you know. He's underutilized, and so you get a nice Turbo Vitamin Octane Gain. Nice deep dark purple decal there, so I do like that. I appreciate it. And then these two are also fun for dioramas. You have two from the Demolition Derby. Now they did do a Wild Bill's Racing Cone with tailgate in 2018, but again, this new one is so much more vibrant. I mean, look at that. So much more vibrant. Maybe it's because of the finish they put on there to make it look glossy, but either way, it's a trade-off, you know. Plastic, cardboard, you know, vibrant, kind of dull looking. Although this does look nice and weathered, like it's been out there for a while. So what does this say up here? First cone free. Oh my god, racing cones. We just saw racing cones. One stop cone shop. I need a Wild Bill release. That's what I want. I need Wild Bill. I need Harv. I want both of them released as diecast now. Alright, and then you have Dipstick's Dipstick. Motor oil since 1959. Again, super vibrant. Now, we didn't get a collector card for this, but in the Demolition Derby, or the Demo Derby line exclusive to Walmart in 2017 and late 2017, they did do this like battering wall where you could, you know, smash through it and all that. It's really hard to stand up properly, but there it is. And you can see again, this one's also a billion times more vibrant. And it's easier to use in displays because this one has the giant crack going down through the middle, so kind of unfeasible. Yep, there it is. Just fell apart on me. All right, so yeah, that's it for the accessories. Now we're going to do a quick comparison to their Chinese counterparts here. I already reviewed Superfly. You guys know that he has rubber tires on the Chinese version, but now plastic ones. The expression's a little different. And here, just for laughs and giggles, is the other Thailand version that I opened up. This is your 2022 single. 2020 single, my bad. And it looks like these two are pretty much the same, aside from a little coloring differences here and there. Yeah, I can tell that the colors are a little different between the two Thailands. When was this guy made here? Oh, this is the old one. So N08A. So that's the 8th week of 2020. And R16A would be the 16th week of 2022. Okie dokie. What about this guy? 1897. That means he was made on the 189th day of 2017. So it all checks out. It all checks out. Next up, we have Airborne here. So same format. You have China on the right. 2022 Thailand on the left. Yeah. Kind of upsetting. I've ended up with so many variants. Not even variants, just duplicates. Yeah, again, rubber tires on this one, plastic on these Thailand releases. Now the coloring's hugely different here, but you can also tell that this one's lighter than that one, so I don't know, they always are changing something. Always something. Okie dokie. Cal Weathers here. Where is my Chinese Cal Weathers? Did I not grab one? Disney Docket. Alright, we'll return. We'll get you later. I didn't get Bobby Swift either. Oh my gosh, I knew I made a mistake. All right, whatever. We'll just move on to Rust-eze McQueen here. So you can see the outline of the hood a little bit more, which is apparent on all the new Thailand McQueens. But of course, your decals probably aren't going to be as clear. They look decent. I've seen worse. But yeah, Thailand's on the top there. I have seen far worse than that. But I do like how the Thailand version is so much shinier. You can definitely tell in person. Okay, Jackson Storm up next. I can't even blame it on me being tired, because I went to bed early last night to wake up a little early today. I woke up at 9 because I wanted to review these cars, make the video and all that. So I don't know how I forgot them. It's I was looking at the packs. I was like, all right, I need the Wild Bills collector card. I need the flags from the advent calendar. I need Millie's cone. I was just going nuts. I was like, okay, I need that. You know, I felt good about myself. And then, I don't know, we just completely blanked on Bobby and Cal. Here you have Ryan, who I've also shown a lot of. I've shown this Thailand version before, which I do like this Thailand version. I like this Thailand variant more than the Chinese version because the color is more vibrant and the expression looks way better in my opinion. Now here's my first ever look at a Thailand Herb, so spend a little bit more time on this one. Chinese on the right there. Looks like they added a dark blue patch to his hood there, you could see. Whereas this was just green. And then they brightened up the decals a little bit. Expression's pretty much the same. Black wheels. So now I'm going to put Thailand on top here again. You can see that the contingency sponsors aren't super clear, but get the job done. Faux Wheel Drive. Who else was in the club back in the day when they would call this sponsor Fox? Fox. And then my mom was like, you know, that's actually faux. Be cultured. I was like, oh, that actually sounds so much better. All right, guys, I'm going to go get the Chinese versions of Cal and Bobby. All right, you dipstick. Let's get into it now. I don't think I have a Thailand Cal opened up already, so this will be a new experience for me as well. I like the darker blue. I like the outline around the eyes. Just makes them look a little bit more real. This all kind of blends together for me. Not much contrast. Thailand on top. Well, the contingency sponsors look pretty good on him. That's probably the best they get, honestly, though. I really haven't seen much better than that ever. So there's Cal for you, and then last but not least is Bobby. They've done quite a few Thailand versions of him. Several different releases over the last few years. His rims are a little bit more gray than they are gunmetal silverish on the Chinese version. And yet, look at how much worse his contingency sponsors are than on Cal's. It's it's a night and day difference. So that's why I was saying, when, oh, I've seen way worse than that, I'm not kidding. Here it is. Here is way worse. So, you win some, you lose some. Wow, look how different those orange shades are. Nice. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below, what's your favorite parts of these packs? Is it the cars themselves? Is it the cardboard cards? I guess that's what we're calling them, just cards. I don't know, I think they're nice. They'll be nice for me. If I ever have to review an Octane Gain something or a Blinkr something, I could use one of these and they'll make for great background pieces in a thumbnail. The flags are also pretty cool. I just wish we had something to stand them up with. And you can't go wrong with the cones, especially them being hard plastic now, which I do appreciate, Mattel. Thank you. You know, before I bet they were just like recycling real cones and just chewing them up and making tiny cones out of real cones. Just kidding. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed these sexy accessory 2-packs and my review of them. I'll see you soon for another video. Bye now. Yes, I am a dipstick after all. I can't believe I didn't remember this from the card back and didn't realize it during the video. But the flags go nice and easy into the cones. Well, some easier than others, as you can see. You might have to jam them in there, and you gotta be careful not to bend the flags, but it's actually a really nice feature, and I think they look really good. Yeah, look how easy that one went in. I think they look really good. Yeah, this is great for dioramas. Look at that. Perfect. I'm gonna put them all in the cones and set them up around where I display the characters, and I think that's awesome because it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. I could keep the cones with where they came from and the flags where they came from. Awesome stuff. Yeah, so keep them. I bet there are a bunch of people who were commenting like, Disney Docket, you aren't, and then, yeah, they just didn't stay till the end of the video. Just stay to the end. Oh, and no, you can't do this with the other style cones I showed you. All right, for real. Bye now. Get out of here.